Hello, I'm Georgia Henderson and I teach art at Northside Elementary School, and today I also have a little helper, my daughter Adeline, helping me out today. Now I'm sure you have seen the memes online suggesting that dads, you're on your own for Mother's Day, and if you still haven't gotten a gift, Adeline and I can help you with a craft if you're brave enough. We're going to focus on handprint art and we're going to give you some tips. You have multiple options. You can start with paint, or you could do this with construction paper, okay? I'll just give a few tips on what works with both of them. One important thing to remember is if you want a background, it does not have to be complicated. If you want to complicate it and make it all ornate, that is fine. But if you're not to that level, you can make it real simple as this. But make sure you do a background first if you need it, or you can add just some slight designs on top of it, okay? With this piece, we traced the hand and cut it out. And we made sheep. We did this for Easter for our grandparents. So that was fun. For this option, you may use construction paper, pencil, scissors, and glue. If you have chosen the construction paper option, figure out how exactly you want your child to have their final art piece look and place accordingly. They need to be still, and sometimes I even hold a finger at a time to keep it in place as I trace every single finger all the way around. And once you get all the way around, you can curve all the way around the bottom so you have a full shape. Cut out all your shapes that you need and then glue them down piece by piece and make sure your everything fits just nicely. Don't be too excessive with the glue, because if you are planning to write a note, it's hard to write on top of wet paper. All right, good luck. First off, you're going to need some materials. Make sure you have multiple pieces of paper. That way you can make multiple prints. If you have an accident, there's an easy way to fix it by just grabbing another. You can also have extras for multiple mothers that you have, okay? You also need paintbrushes, water in a water container, of course, your choice of paint, paper plates, and I would also make sure you have baby wipes or paper towels available. Cover your surface with whatever you need. For you and your child, make sure that if they have long hair, you put it back. For clothing, you can either choose clothing you don't mind getting messy, and if not that, you can always do an apron like I have here. All right. Oh, and for paint, make sure it's washable. Let's save you some grief on that one. Make sure that you have some paint put in your plate. You don't have to go too crazy with it. All right. Next, choose your hand that you would like to do. All right. Now, one key step is to not make it so you have too little paint and not too much. When you apply it on your child's hands, make sure it's still going to stay wet, but it's not going to be gloopy and make a puddle. Okay, so I've covered all of it. Let me get this part out of the way. Now, you have to think of the position that you need for your particular handprint art that you're doing. Since she chose blue, I'm gonna say that we're gonna make a dolphin out of it. All right, and you're gonna have to position it just right. So I'm gonna have her put her fingers together, like so. And she's gonna keep her thumb up because that is going to be the fin, all right? Now, one key thing to make sure your kids know is that you have to place the hand, not them. And then they can't squirm when you put it down. So I'm gonna place her. Now hold it down and make sure that you rub their fingers down very carefully so all of it prints down. All right, now carefully lift. And you've got a handprint. Now, if you're, for the next piece, you would have to put more paint on again each time, okay? But for these purposes, just so you know, we'll do this. Make sure you have a hold of that hand so you don't have a big mess, because children love to wipe it on their clothes, on themselves, like their faces. It gets really messy really quick. So make sure you have these baby wipes or paper towels handy and at least cover it and wipe off the excess so then you can go wash your hands. Hello, I'm Georgia Henderson, and I'm with North Sign. I gotta do it again.